We're headed off the grid to a secret location in the mountains of Utah. A free-range mule deer honey hole that you just have to see to believe.
Just the place I'd be if I were a mule deer.
And if you ever visit a place this beautiful, you should do your part and pick up some trash.
Oh, he's a non-typical, look at that.
It's a celebration of muleys between father and son on this Sporting Classics.
Some adventures are found at the crossroads of epic and unforgettable, and they're best enjoyed with a close friend, a companion who cherishes the sporting life just as much as you do. It's someone who knows the magic contained in the simple phrase, opening day, and who understands that the words hunter and conservationist are one and the same, for we've been giving back for generations. And sharing the outdoors with someone who celebrates the history, the art, and the romance of this way of life makes for a friendship to last the ages. One where the sound of a snickering horse, the crackling of a mountain campfire, the whiff of gunpowder will transport you to that same stirring part of the soul. Welcome to Sporting Classics. That old trusted friend who shares your love of adventure and reminds you of the greatest days of your life.
So where the road curves, go to the top.
Go to the top, and you have a whole line of scrub oak.
See him? See the bull?
Yeah.
It's like a 5x. You're talking about huntable country. Just nice, gently rolling foothills, basically. So you can kind of get into all of it, just perfect cover. Little mix of meadows. You got some scrub oak, you got some aspens, you got lots of water on the property. This is a prescription for elk and deer. Lots of both.
It's been a long time since I've hunted in Utah, but the last time I was here, about 15 years ago, it just blew me away. The quality of the game, the volume of the deer and the elk. And so the chance to come back when I met Adam Fenton over on a driven boar shoot in Hungary, he said, look, we've got this beautiful ranch in Utah. Would love to have you be our guest. It took me about 2 seconds to say when. So the chance to come here, experience this ranch that the Fentons have put together, so much management in here, almost 10,000 acres, stunning habitat. Can't wait to get going.
This guy's not a shooter, he's just a pretty one.
I think he's really pretty. Yeah, he wouldn't be a shooter, but he would definitely be something that I think you'd look at and say, huh?
Well, it's a good looking spot, isn't it? Just perfect little ambush cover down here. Nice little open meadows and stuff where they can graze, protected. Just the place I'd be if I were a mule deer.
After meeting Adam Fenton in Hungary, he told me about his family ranch back in Utah, and it sounded just too good to be true. So when the opportunity came to hunt with Adam's brother, Matt Fenton, I jumped at the chance.
Yeah.
Saw some elk running down there.
You see some elk running? Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of fun things happening here.
There's a lot of fun things happening here.
You know, Lucas, he's a little velociraptor, that one. The force is strong in him. He loves to hunt, loves to fish. I don't know where he gets this stuff, but he's quite good at it. He's a great shot. He's a great fisherman at a young age, at age 13. He's great with a shotgun. He's great with a rifle.
It is. The backside.
Like this much above it.
Looks pretty good. It's right at about 90 yards, so inch and a half high at 100 is what it was sighted in at. Okay, time for business. No excuses now. All the alibis are gone, my friend.
So that's for that trigger.
You know, he's hunted in Africa. He's taken game in Africa. He didn't shoot just the big stuff going over. They started with a small game and got a little bit bigger and got into some bigger animals. Yeah, if my twin sons are ever asked to write an essay titled, "What Did I Do This Summer?" it might read like a Robert Ruark or a Jack O'Connor story. Only 13 and seemingly a lifetime of hunting experience behind them already, Nate and Luke can go ahead and shed the term youth hunters to just be known as hunters.
We managed to get close up to it. I didn't realize it was on an anthill.
And I saw just one little ear twitch.
When he stops in the back of the shoulder.
That bull just stepped out in the perfect opening. It's one of those things that almost never happens. Hey!
Shoulder.
Right behind the shoulder. Right now.
Good one. Good one.
He dropped, man. Look at that.
On the spot, bud. On the spot.
Boom, dropped him right on the anthill.
That really is a stunning kudu.
Ivory
Very
tips.
different than the greater kudu.
Your kudu at home has very thin
Very different.
filings. This one's
Very, very different.
Just stunning coat on it. Real dark, just marked up beautifully. You little monkey, well done. And now in North America, now that he's older than 12, where you have to be to hunt in a lot of states, particularly in the West and Midwest, it was time. It was time to get out here. And the Fentons made it possible, invited us out, and shared this magnificent slice of heaven out here. Our mission was to each take a mule deer on this trip, but we also had a chance to fill the freezer on the side, since Luke had a cow elk tag in his pocket. And since this ranch was crawling with him, it didn't take long to spot a herd.
There's that one. There's that herd right down below. They don't see us either.
my elk was on the bottom of the herd, walking up. Very, very fat, new elk.
Just let her get out of that brush. When she stops, you could take that shot.
She kept moving. She didn't really like to stop.
She's not stopping.
When she walked about halfway up the hill, we took a nice shot,
Right there.
Nice job. Right there.
and she dropped.
That's perfect. Let's try on the road. How cool was that? Perfect, Mr. Luke. It's a good cow. Fantastic animals, aren't they?
I mean, look at that, dude. That is a great hit. 175 yards. You can come back anytime. Just
Matt explained that it was 500 pounds of meat.
it's not gonna be older meat. It's gonna be younger. So that's nice. So
Tasty, tasty.
Which I did not expect for a cow elk to have that much meat on it. And now you get to go eat them.
1, 2, 3.
Winchester Model 70, the rifleman's rifle.
Sporting Classics is powered by Ram Trucks, the Ram 1500, Motor Trend's 2019 Truck of the Year. Winchester, the American legend. Winchester Repeating Arms. Walther Powered Performance. Pulsar Image Quality. Negrini Cases, ultra light, ultra strong. The pinnacle of Italian design and technology. And by Safari Club International. Join SCI today for a chance to win a waterfowl hunt at the North Platte Outpost. Utah is the Beehive State, named after the hardworking Mormon settlers who worked together to harness this harsh landscape. One of the early Utah pioneers was Isaac Behunin, who gave the stunning Zion Canyon its name in the 1860s. Claiming, quote, "A man can worship God among these great cathedrals as well as he can in any man-made church. This is Zion." Isaac Behunin's great-great-grandson was the late Tom Behunin, my good friend and hunting companion who joined me over many trips around the world and several mule deer hunts back here in Colorado. And just like his ancestor, for Tom, this was his church. These mountains were his cathedrals.
Pretty deer. Looks like he's a year or two away from being a real whopper. Pretty shape on that buck though, huh? Love those big basket racks.
You know, Luke has done a lot of hunting now as a young man, 13 years old. He's hunted whitetail multiple times, a lot of bird shooting. He's fished a lot of places on this hemisphere, but he had never taken a mule deer. And we live in Colorado. We live in mule deer country, so he's looking at mule deer every day. Driving out of the house, there's usually mule deer around, but he'd never had a chance to hunt one until now. So the chance to come here where they've got beautiful bucks and just look at lots of different bucks, get on one and make a decision, do you want to take that shot? This was his baptism, and it was all because the Fentons made it possible.
There's game everywhere here. This is big game hunter's Jumanji right
I
here.
spy with my little eye.
What a beautiful property, huh?
I've been to Africa twice, shot plenty of plains game, but never shot a mule deer. I'm so excited to be here.
3 does. There's more behind him.
We were waiting on top of a hill, and eventually one big buck stepped out.
It's a buck. Oh, it's a wide buck. You see him? That's a nice deer. Go ahead and get on him. Put one in the chamber. That's a nice wide buck.
So I think it's a 3x4, but it has just a little jump on it.
And he's wide too. He's a pretty deer. What's the range?
300.
I mean, laid out wide, and then suddenly behind it was another nice buck, tall, not as wide, but heavy and tall. 2 great choices for Luke.
So the bottom one is a 4x3.
Right.
The top one's a 4x4. The top one.
The bottom one's pretty wide.
It is. It's definitely wider.
Let me see if I can get him on him.
We tried to get the most stable shot, getting my knees down. Took a while for me to get the sticks where they needed to be.
He's at 300 yards, so if you feel comfortable, the shot would be right on top of his back, just right on his spine. Try and get situated so you're comfortable.
Yeah, we couldn't quite get the sticks set. You know, they spread out, got a little slippery, and Luke was trying to kind of figure out his angle and make sure he had good points of contact. His elbows were down on his knees, so he's good and stable. And he wouldn't take that shot until he got stable. So I was really proud of him.
Luke was patient, but those 2 bucks were not. And my fear of watching both of these big boys walk away, well, it was becoming a reality.
I think that other one, the first one you're on, I think he might come out into that snow opening there.
I mean, he didn't rush the shot. It's like, look, I'm not going to take a long shot if I'm not stable. Amen, brother. That's exactly what you should do. But he finally got situated.
There's that buck. That's a big buck to the left that came out.
And the buck sort of chased some does around, stopped in kind of a little bit of an opening in the oak brush, had a little buck above him.
Yeah, that's him.
The Winchester XPR. Experience performance.
I fell in love with Sporting Classics magazine from the first time I opened it because it's just so different. I thought it was a magazine created just for me. When it arrives, it's just like Christmas morning as a child. There's just magic to the surprises you'll find inside the cover. I take it with me everywhere, and I mean everywhere.
There's that buck. Yeah, that's him. You see in the snow, there's 2 bucks, the lower buck. If you're good, you take the shot.
But it was about 305, 310 yards away. He said, Dad, I feel good. I feel really good. I said, buddy, it's yours. If you want to take that shot, top of the back.
Top of the back.
Nice hit.
Boom. Smacked it right through the shoulder, takes a couple of steps, rolls down, and he's laying there.
He's down.
He dropped. He's down right there. I get up and slide over there. You stay right there. If you see him get back up again, pop him.
We couldn't quite see exactly how he hit him, so we kind of moved off to the side, got a better angle on it, went about 60, 70 yards away, glassed. See, he was down, came walking back, and Buddy gave him the thumbs up, and it was just a great moment.
Nice shot. Nice shot. That was tricky.
Out of the chamber.
It's clear. Good job. Heck of a buck. Heck of a shot. 300-yard plus shot. Good job, man. All right, let's go find Matt. We'll go over and get him.
And he just came up and he said, Dad, that was just so fun. All of that was so fun. And it was so intense, too, because it was a long time with this buck kind of moving in and out of cover. He wasn't quite set. When the buck was ready, he wasn't ready, and vice versa. So it went back and forth. It was quite a play. But the fact that he didn't shoot until he felt really solid was the best. That was a kid who knew what he was doing, knew the importance of the moment, knew the importance of an ethical shot, and he wouldn't take it till he had that. So I was kind of proud of that.
Go have a look at your buck.
Holy mackerel.
Pretty deer. Look at that beautiful buck. Yeehaw!
That is, oh, geez.
He's wearing some
jump.
sage. Winchester Supreme. He got Winchester. Look at that. Isn't that cool? Look at that cheater. A little cool cheater off. I didn't see that. You got that in the spotting scope though, didn't you? Yeah, I remember you saying right away, he's got a little extra thing going on there.
My first impression on the deer was it was very wide buck, big. Big. Very, very, very big. A lot bigger than I imagined most deer would be. Not anything like a whitetail. A lot fatter, a lot prettier colors.
This is as quiet as I've ever seen Luke. He's kind of speechless.
And just a wonderful buck.
Amen. Somebody say amen.
Amen.
With both of Luke's tags filled, it was now my turn to take advantage of this target-rich environment. Finding bucks on this ranch wasn't a problem. It was finding the right buck. I've taken plenty of muleys over my lifetime, and now I was looking for something a little bit different, something unique, something a little trashy.
Do you have a non-typical back at home?
Yeah, a couple, but not as pronounced as the one you showed me. Just a few points.
Well, you'll definitely get one here. No
Yeah.
guarantees, but we're gonna do
We got
our
a lot
best.
of non-typicals, huh?
We have a lot of weird stuff. It's fun.
Yeah. Who doesn't like those?
When you cover so much ground, you see so much game.
There he goes. Ah!
And we looked at some nice, beautiful bucks that were just like anywhere else you would shoot this buck.
Negative, no.
No.
And he's good. I think we'll see better in the next few days.
Pretty buck. Wow, what a pretty buck.
And then, you just kind of comb this whole landscape, and there was a couple of big bucks that they were trying to get me on because they had seen these deer, but big deer are elusive, even in the rut, they're elusive. They're moving around all the time, but the big mule deer, like a big whitetail, doesn't get that big by accident.
It's the smell of a fire in hunting camp. It's the sound of a river after a successful hunt. It's the sight of a sunrise and a boy and a dog in a duck blind. And this is the sight and sound of someone on Capitol Hill fighting to protect all of it. Someone from SCI. SCI, first for hunters.
Introducing the Hawk series of box blinds. Insulated steel panels provide unmatched thermal, scent, and noise control and are backed by a limited lifetime warranty, so your investment will last in the field for years to come. All new box blinds by Hawk.
Sporting Classics has gone digital. Now you can experience the heritage, the romance, and the art of hunting and fishing every day for free with Sporting Classics Daily. And enjoy stunning world-renowned photography by following us on Instagram at Sporting Classics TV. Sporting Classics is powered by Ram Trucks, the Ram 1500, Motor Trend's 2019 Truck of the Year, Winchester, the American legend, Winchester Repeating Arms, Walther Powered Performance, Sightmark, make your mark, Negrini Cases, ultralight, ultra strong, the pinnacle of Italian design and technology, and by John Burroughs High Adventure Company, operators of the finest sporting lodges worldwide. My son Luke had a cow elk and a muley buck down already, so now it was my turn to try for a buck of my own. And this ranch had a not-so-secret honey hole that you just had to see to believe.
We came up late one afternoon, and we get to the end of this hayfield, looking at the house in the distance, and it's just like herds of African game. I mean, it was like some kind of Jumanji out there.
He's a good buck now. It's a pretty good mass, though, doesn't he?
If anybody ever asks you where do mule deer come from, you say that field right there. It's just covered in mule deer.
It's just awesome, isn't it? Yeah. Is that a buck or a doe? Oh, it is a buck, yeah.
I mean, it's just every morning and every evening, just woof, they descend onto that hayfield.
There's one on the far side of it. See that one coming down into the field on the far side? Mm-hmm. Oh, he's a non-typical. Look at that.
And there was this super cool non-typical. And Matt looks at this and he just says, "That's your deer. You're going to take that deer." I'm like, "Okay, I'll take that deer." So we just kind of made a move around this big hayfield. Got set up. He's maybe 150 yards away.
He's walking. Yeah, I got him.
Bunch of does and some smaller bucks around.
He just stopped.
He had not a care in the world. I just got prone, got perfectly set up.
Yep, here we go.
When he turned just right, just smacked that buck.
That is a pretty deer. That's the best look I had at him. With all that light around him, you could see all that trash. That was super cool, man. Super cool buck. You talk about character. They get all these non-typicals out here. It's really, really amazing how many non-typicals they get here. And they get some that just have trash all over, cactus kind of bucks. But just look at this. This is absolutely an incredible slice of heaven. Seventh heaven, huh? Mr. Matt, thank you. What a cool call, man.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Get over and take a look at it.
Good to be with you, buddy. Remember this one for a long time.
Now we can watch the game.
Thanks to the Fentons.
Yeah.
God bless the Fentons. That's all I can say.
As I'm walking up, I'm like, it's one of those things where it's like a Polaroid coming into focus. You're looking at it going, what's wrong with this picture here? It's just, I'm seeing bits and pieces, but it was a double main beam.
He's got like a double main beam. Look at that. He's got a double main beam.
What is that?
Huh?
That's insane.
How cool is that? Yeah, you don't see those every day. They said, yeah, we've got a lot of non-typicals here. We got a lot of trash on them, I'd say. Look at that, it's kind of bladed here and everything. How cool is that? Here comes Mr. Matt, the hero of the day right here. That's a pretty funky rack, man. How cool is that?
Gosh dang it.
Isn't that neat?
That is cool.
Oh,
I have never seen anything like that.
Nor have I. Yeah, that's, you'll never shoot another one like that.
No.
I mean, I've never shot a buck like that. I'll never shoot another buck like that. A double main beam coming out on a mule deer with trash around is just super cool. If there is a nicer family on the planet than the Fentons, I haven't met them. They're just fun people to be around, great family. And so just a chance to come and spend time with them is reason enough to come to their property. But put fantastic hunting on top of that, it's a no-brainer.
Time in the wild with friends and family is time well spent. You don't need to harvest a monster buck to appreciate the blessings given to us. My friend Tom knew this well. But of course, when you do get the buck, when you and your son do each take a trophy, it just makes the memory all the sweeter.